Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, the Flats. Bobby Dodd Stadium, home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Ramblin' Wreck, hoping to rev up that engine. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. Fair catch called for and made. Offense getting set for first down. He wants to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. The Ramblin' Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech is a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Quarterback checking the play. On third down, going up top. The quick out. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry.
And the ball is picked off, bringing it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
All right, I know it's early, but it's just one drive, right? You got to put this behind you. It isn't how you wanted to open up. It isn't how you wanted to start. This offense has got to go to the sidelines, get with the coach, settle down, and figure out the game plan for the rest of the game.
A first down for the offense. Handoff from the gun. The Dogs left no doubt about who is king of the Peach State the last time these two met.
Yeah, it was a beatdown. It wasn't close. And listen, Georgia's had a lot of wins in this series. Georgia Tech's going to need to find some confidence, some belief. Something needs to go good early because Georgia has owned the upper hand in this series.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Just feeds the running back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The Dogs are on the move. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And here comes play number 6 of the drive. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The offense lining up for a first down play. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Snapped it in the shotgun. It's complete to the left. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. From the gun, running back gets to give.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Handoff from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. another look at this Bulldog offense. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. First down for this offense. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. Still running at the 40. Afterburner's coming. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown Bulldogs. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to throw here on second down. Unleashes one. He's got it. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Finds his man down the middle. Stopped after making the catch. And the Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Working that left side. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now.
Georgia 7, Georgia Tech 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Here we go. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He wants to throw it again. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Quick completion on the out route, and they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket the slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Now the play fake. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains for the first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
He's got it on the move. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia Tech. Paging George P. Burdell. Paging George P. Burdell.
And the Yellow Jackets need to pick it up on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line. Turning to the running game on first and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And how about the true freshman trusting him down near the goal line, down near the red area to give him the football? And listen, you know he wants to punch one in. Been talked about a lot, a high recruit. Everybody's singing his praises. He wants to get in that end zone and hear his name called one time.
Looking to scramble. Running toward the goal line. It's a fumble. And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. Actually picked up yardage on the play.
Oof, that's one of those where you breathe really deep. It feels like the ball's in slow motion, just trickling out of bounds. Please get out of bounds. Offense catches a huge break. Now you still got a chance to go put some points on the board.
Let's it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. It is good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Klecko should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again, or you say, hey, keep it.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down.
It's a nice run there to get the first down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
He'll send out 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
That's an absolute strike right there, giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Georgia going back to work with another first down. The give on the inside. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They get to the line quickly. Wants to throw on second down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Georgia going up tempo. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. The give out of the gun. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Georgia sends out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Catches it cleanly at the 20. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
I really like this slot receiver. I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
Guys in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. They want to just keep throwing it. Fires to the big fella. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
To the air on first down. Going to try to get it himself. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks.
These guys aren't human. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Makes the grab. They will score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They took it 71 yards down the field, and they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down.
Georgia offense will take over. 1st and 10.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Buys a little extra time. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play from the quarterback.
That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick 6, but he needs to be more accurate.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, Georgia.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to move it through the air. Fires toward the end zone. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Georgia Tech 10, Georgia 7.
And the Yellow Jackets will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped.
Georgia offense will take over. 1st and
10. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the 2nd half.
The give to the back. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
Well, that didn't bust for a long one, but now the 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd and eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. The option look. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. right, failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Georgia. And that one will give them the lead.
Georgia.
Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He's going to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. All kinds of running room. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Louisiana is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about down on the Bayou for some time. They're up by 17 over the Royals. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
It's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And now on 3rd down after that last run. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Turns it on in midfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They'll go right back to the run. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this 3rd down. Gives it to the back on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
On 4th down, going to the air. Going downfield for the big play. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Gets it out quickly. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Working that left side now. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. They want to throw it. Trying to escape and get it himself. Quarterback gets the 1st down. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
I mean, you talk about calling a pretty good defense you feel good about, and you take away the pass, and what does the quarterback do? He pulls it down and just shows the speed, basically becomes a running back, takes it all the way to the house, and makes your defense look silly.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Looking deep. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his 2nd interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
He's looking to throw. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. The Yellow Jackets showing a little sting as they build their lead against the Dogs.
How about them Jackets, man? This is so good for Georgia Tech fans. They're so jacked up and excited. They think the Georgia players, fans, they think they're buffoons. They're smarter, they're better, and when they can beat them on the field, they want to rub it in their face.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down.
Georgia offense will take over. 1st and 10.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's going up top. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming up.
The score, Georgia Tech 31, Georgia 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the 4th quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Georgia going up tempo. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab on the left. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. He looks that one in nicely. Makes the grab and he's dragged down. 5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on 3rd down. He wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Throws toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone, but no, the officials are saying he was out of bounds, and the quarterback might want to rethink taking a chance like that. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Uncorks one. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Offense set on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. At midfield, he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. It's complete. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a 1st down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He fires it out to the right. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And the pummeling has started. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Texas Tech is showing little remorse for its opponent today. Feels like ever since they arrived at the stadium, that Red Raiders offense has been a buzzsaw.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
After the misfire, it's 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time it's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on 1st down. The sweet feet buy a little time. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Looking to throw it again. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Might be looking to run. Got his man on the right. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll throw it on 1st down. Time to take a shot. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive.
Georgia, 14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive.
Georgia offense will take over first and 10.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking to go up top on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. After making the interception, he took it all the way back and sets up his offense at the 17-yard line. Line gets set, first down. He wants to throw. He wants it all. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Georgia, 14.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Looking to throw. Throws for the tight end. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going, and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Feeling some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. And the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Corners are going to bail. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're working that left side. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Wants to throw on first down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. At the 20. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. He looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the Jets, making the big play.